Hi, my name is Remollo Petalcorin, the Director for Advocacy Communication of the Moro National Liberation Front, or MNLF. This video is part 2 of the questions and answers portion about the Mindanao Independence Movement. Question number 1. Sir John, from your perspective as a think tank of the MIM, what is your opinion about the proposal of federalism? Answer. The question must be referring to the Philippine Senate and House of Representatives Joint Resolution number 10, or we call it Proposal of Federalism, dated 23 April 2008, during the administration of President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. The proposal of federalism was all about a plan to transform the Philippines into a federalism of states. The principal author of the proposal of federalism was Senator Aquilino Pimentel, and backed up by Senators Manuel Villar, Edgardo Angara, Pia Cayetano, Juan Ponce Enrile, Francis Escudero, Chingoy Estrada, Gregorio Honasan, Panfilo Ping Lacson, Francis Pangilinan, Ramon Bong Revilla Jr., Rodolfo Biazon, and Juan Migs Zubiri. In the House of Representatives, the proposal of federalism was held in by 56 congressmen, led by then House Speaker Prospero Nograles. Under the proposal of federalism, they were suggesting a constitutional amendment in the Philippines that will be initiated by a legislation to convert the Philippine structure of the Philippines from presidential form of government to a federation of 11 states, namely Northern Luzon, Central Luzon, Southern Tagalog, Bicol, Minpaporm, Bicol Islands, Eastern Visayas, Central Visayas, Western Visayas, Northern Mindanao, Southern Mindanao, and Bangsamoro. Here is my comment about the proposal of federalism. Their plan failed because they wanted to do a home run without stepping on the first base. They wanted to jump right away to federalism without presenting their cards on how they intend to establish the independent states that they wanted to federalize. Federalism comes from the word federation, which practically means consolidation of at least two neighboring independent states and putting them together under one national organization of a federal government. As of the present, there is nothing to consolidate in the Philippines because there is only one Philippines, and there is only one national government that is politically sovereign in the Philippines, which practically includes Mindanao, despite its endless resistance. What I am saying is, independence of Mindanao is the first that should be done before you do federalism. These Philippine national legislators must understand that independence will have to come first before federalism. Now let's go to the spicy part of my opinion about the proposal of federalism. We, the MNLF, don't need Philippine national legislation to execute our self-determination to fulfill the people's persistence for an independent Mindanao. In behalf of the MNLF, I would say that we are not closing our ears on the talks about federalism. But don't waste our time. We will talk about federalism as something to explore in the future, after Mindanao becomes a genuine independent state. Let me tell you this. Mindanao will become an independent state, independent nation, not because Philippine government says it, not because Philippine legal system grants it, not because Philippine Constitution authorizes it, but because MNLF is determined to finish the struggle to fulfill the persistence of the people that is already 76 years overdue. I say 76 years because Mindanao should have not been annexed as part of the Philippines in the 1935 Constitution of the Philippines. Next question. Sir John, should there be a referendum or plebiscite of the general population in Mindanao first to determine whether there should be independence or not? Answer. That is the position of the Philippine government. Understandably, because they wanted to create an impression that they are democratic and they will follow the wish of the people in Mindanao. My answer is yes, they can do that. We will not launch a counter-advocacy to stop the Philippine government from doing that. As of the present, the Philippine government is free to do their political studies in Mindanao as long as they will be extra careful not to do again their usual tactics of creating fake rebellion battles and false flag operations to disturb the peace in Mindanao. Just like what happened in the 2010 Maguindanao massacre, that was primarily planned and participated in by the armed units and politicians who are under the supervision of the Philippine government. Whatever findings the Philippine government will have in their plebiscite, the MNLF does not care, because we know that anything and everything and anything and all things that undergoes the process of the Philippine government is fraudulent, unfair, biased, and dishonest. The Philippine government has long been thinking about Mindanao Independence plebiscite, but they know it will not help their interest of retaining Mindanao, because they know that the big eyes of the people obviously sees that the poverty situation in Mindanao is a result of the exploitation and manipulation of the Philippine government. The entire Mindanao is heavily populated with impoverished families, about 2 million, who are hungry for reforms and change for decades already. They are frustrated with the Philippine government, and I believe they want to try something new and exciting. The MNLF can outmatch the Philippine government in the race of advocacy, because Philippines have nothing to offer but a certified credential of broken promises. Question. Sir John, does the Mindanao Independence Movement expect resistance? Answer. Yes, of course. But it is going to be a manageable resistance that we can easily clear. The resistance will primarily be by some people who are misinformed that they will no longer be Filipino citizens when Mindanao becomes independent. The MNLF approach is simple. We just have to make the people understand the truth that they have absolute option to take dual citizenships, and that Mindanaoans will still be Filipino citizens when Mindanao becomes independent. The benefit of Mindanao independence is we will be running our own government, and it is going to be very manageable because our Mindanao homeland only has around 20-25 million population and a solid landmass territory that can be easily managed. The core of our message will be to tell the people that a Mindanao national government that manages 20 million population will have a greater chance of delivering better services than a Philippine national government that manages 100 million population. We also have to be truthful. No one can see the future. The people should also be informed that independence is reversible in case something goes wrong. It is worth trying to run our own affairs in the political environment of a genuine independence. We should not be afraid to go for it because a gradual death of our people from poverty, social injustice, and underdevelopment are not reversible. We have to catapult Mindanao to Mindanao Independence the soonest time possible. Every single day we lose grip of our power to make self-determination of our political destiny. Our people suffers. That's it for today, 24 September 2011. My name is John Remollo Petalcorin, the Director for Advocacy Communication of the Moro National Liberation Front and organizer of the Mindanao Independence Movement. Have a nice day.